Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Good morning. Everybody, this is Tuesday Live Yoga with Miz Ruba. And today, yesterday and the day before, I wasn't feeling my best. So today I'm going to drink a little bit of peppermint tea. And yesterday I just slept most of the day, and then on Sunday when I got back to Wyoming, I just slept. Like in the afternoon I took a nap, like a 3-hour nap, and then I got up and I fed the dogs and I went in the hot tub and then I went back to bed. So today I'm hoping I'll feel a little bit better, but my cut is also better, you guys. I want to officially update you on what had happened. I caught myself right on this couch, and I don't know if you can see it. I'll show both cameras. It's a very deep and long cut, and it's almost healed, and I'll show you guys. And it really, I fainted 3 times. It was really bad. I didn't want to speak of it because it just, every time I thought about it, it just made me so queasy. I had to get 7 stitches. Yeah, it looks pretty deep still. And I had to get 7 stitches. I had to run to the ER. You guys, I've never ran to the ER. I think maybe once when I was like 4 years old for my thumb. I caught myself with glass and I was rushed, and I don't know how many stitches I had. Definitely several. I can still see the scar. The scar has definitely been fading though as of lately, which is wild because it was pretty pronounced there my whole life, and all of a sudden it's like going away. We do have guests in the house. They might be roaming around. Do you want to go to your place, Anushka? And so we are gonna try to maneuver through it, okay? So they're wanting a little bit of love. They're 2 German Shepherds. One's just looking, and then the other little guy is like, I want more food. He always wants food. Uh-oh, calm. Anushka, calm. We open up a can of worms. Calm. Anushka, place. Hi. So this is Tuesday live yoga, and sometimes just breathing and being present is really like the art and the practice of yoga, and not doing anything else. Not multitasking, just truly being. And it seems like right now we are going to dedicate a little bit of time to being present, to being here, not doing anything else, just being here. And that's what she wants. So we're gonna dive into her needs of the yoga of today. This one's Anushka. Hi, amores. All right, but we will do some movement. So we will get the puppies to go to their place. Anushka, place. Thank you, guys. Place. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and meet on all fours. Let's go to our hands and our knees below the hips, wrists below the shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Go to your place, place. Thank you. Place. Okay, go. Wrists below the shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide, middle fingers facing forward. Look down at your knees. Your feet are on top of the mat. And then just go ahead and gaze behind you or in between your legs that your feet are in a straight line. And then go ahead and press your shoulders away from the earth. So you're elongating the spine right here. Go ahead and tuck that belly button back towards your spine so you have a flat back. And on an inhale, you're going to drop the belly as you inhale and look up. And then exhale, curl the spine, chin toward the chest. Tuck the tail. Inhale, drop the belly as you Find some movement here with the spine. Tuesday morning, maybe you've already gotten on with your day. Maybe you want to keep on going. Go ahead and exhale. Curl the spine. Press your shoulders away from the earth. Tuck the tail. On an inhale, drop the belly. Inhale and look up. And then go ahead and exhale. Sink your hips over to your right side. Inhale, rise up through center. Drop the belly as you look up. And exhale over to the left side. Oh, that feels so yummy. Inhale, rise up. And then go ahead and do some circular motions with your knees, with your hips. Going one way. We'll go ahead and take it over to the other side in just a moment. One more time here. Keep breathing. Gentle movements. All right, go ahead and switch the sides and take it the opposite way. Keep breathing here with your full inhalations, full exhalations. One more round and go ahead and meet at a neutral spine. Curl your toes under. And then go ahead and lift just the knees. Bring your shoulders over your wrists right here. And we're going to go ahead and walk our feet closer to our wrists, finding them at about hip width distance. See if you can lock your knees right into your armpit or right outside, whatever feels more comfortable. And then go ahead and rise yourself forward with your knees locked into the backs of your arms. Go ahead and release it down. Bring it back up, shoulders over and above the wrists. Bring it down. And one more time. Bring it, rise it. Perfect. Go ahead and step both of your feet back to a top of a plank. Fix your hands if necessary so that you have the full length of a plank. Looking out in front of you at something that's not moving. Release your knees onto the mat as you bend your elbows toward your ribs, coming forward and down for a chaturanga. Go ahead and release the tops of the feet onto the mat. Come onto your belly button. Draw the shoulders back. Inhale, rise the gaze for a cobra, and then press yourself all the way back for a child's pose. Rest your forehead onto the mat and relax the elbows onto the mat as well. This is a resting pose. At any time you want to come back to it to catch your breath and give your wrists or ankles or knees a little bit of a break. Go ahead and come back to it. Go ahead and inhale, look up, rise your head, spread your fingers wide, middle fingers facing forward. Plant your hands onto the mat as you rise up to a tabletop. Curl those toes under, and then actually go ahead and walk your hands about a step forward so that when you rise your knees off the mat, pull them up toward the sky, you are on top of a plank. Go ahead and bend your knees pretty wide as you begin to press your hips up and back. Draw the belly button back toward the spine as you begin to release the heels toward Mother Earth. Spread your toes wide. Draw the heart toward the thighs. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Belly towards spine. Lengthen through the arms for your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Go ahead and relax the neck here. Looking up at your hands, step your left foot forward outside of your hand. Release the back knee down onto the mat. Place your left hand over that knee. Top of the back of the foot comes leaning on the mat. Press through that big mount toe. And instead of allowing your heel to fall asleep, go ahead and draw it in toward midline. And then using the front hand on your knee, go ahead and use that to open up your knee outward away from midline and opening the hips here. On an inhale, go ahead and rise that knee back through midline. Outer edge of the foot is parallel to the outer edge of the mat. Go ahead and rotate just your torso and then lift that arm up toward the sky. Gaze at your thumb. Draw your left hip in and back toward midline. Take a deep breath here. And then exhale, release it down. Place that same hand on the back, on your low back of your body, and then lengthen through the front leg. If this is too much, you can always bring that same hand down to the earth for extra support, and then bring the hand to your low back for a little bit of a challenge. And then go ahead and bend at the front knee. Plant your hand by your side. Curl the back toes under. Step that left leg back. Release both of the knees onto the mat. Wash it through a vinyasa. Bend the elbows toward your ribs. Inhale, swoop up to your belly button. Draw the shoulders back. Tops of the feet are on the mat. Heels together. Exhale through a child's pose. Inhale, rise it up through a tabletop. Walk your hands a foot forward. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees. Press your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Spread the toes nice and wide. Rotate the shoulders outward. Press your shoulders away from the earth. Belly towards spine. Chest toward thighs and hips just a little bit higher. Go ahead and look up at your hands and step that right foot forward outside of the hand. Release the back knee down. Top of your foot comes on the mat. Don't let that foot fall asleep. Draw that heel in toward midline. Grab your right hand, place it on your right knee, up at the front, and use that to open up your knee and hip. Instead of dumping the weight on that bottom shoulder, keep pressing that shoulder away from the earth. Lengthen through the spine and torso here. Make sure you're staying active as you're exhaling right where you are, following by an inhale. And then go ahead and open up that right arm up all the way up toward the sky. Gaze at your thumb. And then exhale, maybe bring it to your low back as you lengthen out the front leg. If this is good, stay right there or bring that hand down for extra support. I like a little bit of a challenge sometimes to balance me out. I'm going to keep my hand behind me. And then go ahead and bend that front knee forward again. Place your hand back down on the mat, middle fingers facing forward. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Curl the back toes under and step that right foot back, top of a plank. Go ahead and rotate both of your feet over to the left side. Lift the hip nice and high, and then come up to a side arm balance. Your shoulder is above your wrist, and you're pressing that weight away from the earth. If available to you, inhale that right arm up. And then exhale, bring it down. And we'll just jump right into the other side. So turn everything over to the right side. Press your shoulder away from the earth. Bring that arm, your left arm by your side. Lift the hips nice and high. On an inhale, bring that left arm up. Gaze at your thumb. Go ahead and exhale, bring it all back down. Knees to the earth. Bend the elbows, hug the ribs, or hug them toward your ribs. Coming forward and down. Inhale up through cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Don't get too comfortable, you guys. Go ahead and inhale, rise up through a tabletop. Curl your toes under top of a plank. And then go ahead and press your hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Looking up at your hands, step that left foot forward in between your hands. Outer edge of the foot is parallel to the outer edge of the mat. And then the back foot comes to a 45-degree angle. Your knee is at a 90-degree angle above the ankle. You're going to bring your left hip forward. Pull your right hip back. Bring your left hip back, right hip forward. And then you can keep your hands on your waist, or you can open your arms out to a cactus. And if you're feeling brave, you can just bring your arms all the way around and up. Draw that belly button back toward your spine. Lift the torso a little bit higher. Bring your hands connected to your heart center, coming forward and down for humble warrior. You can stay right here for a few breaths. Lengthen through the back leg if you're feeling nice and brave. Interlace that left shoulder behind your leg. And then go ahead and open your wings like a plane or like a bird. And then go ahead and release your hands down. Lengthen through the front leg, distributing the weight of your body down both legs, the back and the front. Go ahead and bring that hip in toward midline if it's starting to stick out. And then go ahead and bend both of your knees. Bring it all down to all fours. Plant your hands on the mat and walk that foot back. Beautiful. You're going to curl your toes under. Come back to a top of a plank. Press your hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Super easy. Go ahead and lengthen out through the arms. Leave it. Petrushka, leave it. Go ahead and inhale that right foot forward in between your hands. The outer edge of your foot is parallel to the outer edge of the mat. The back foot comes to a 45-degree angle. And then you inhale your torso up. Your knee is above your ankle right here. You're lengthening through the back leg. You're going to pull that left hip forward, right hip back. Beautiful. And then go ahead and inhale your arms out to a goddess pose. You can leave your hands on your hips, or you can inhale your arms all the way around and up. Draw the belly button back towards your spine. Stack the torso on top of the hip. And then inhale, looking forward, really lengthening through that back leg. And then go ahead and lengthen, extend out, palms meet one another, bring them down to your heart center. Coming forward and down for humble warrior inside your thigh. You can stay right here as you keep lengthening through the back leg, or you can open up your right shoulder, gripping behind your knee and opening up the wings of your bird, looking ahead. And then go ahead and place your hands down on the mat, lengthen through the front leg, and then make sure you're distributing the weight of your body down both of your legs right here. You don't want to bend the back leg, you want to keep it nice and straight. And then if that hip is starting to stick out, go ahead and bring it back in toward midline. On an inhale, walk your hands a little bit ahead of your front foot. Bend at both your knees now. And you're going to step, pushing through the back foot all the way up for a standing splits. Go ahead and point your toes into like either pointing them through your toes or Barbie feet. So you're pressing through the balls of your foot on the back leg. And then you're just going to try to bring your head toward the earth, the crown of your head to touch Mother Earth. That might be impossible for many. I think it is for me. And then you're bringing your face towards your knee. Then you're keeping your hips squared, and you're opening that back leg higher and higher. You're not opening the hip. You're just pressing through the heel up toward the sky, and you're feeling your glutes kind of crunch together. Go ahead and step that foot up at the front of the mat. Go ahead and maybe shake out your hands and your fingertips if you need to. And then go ahead and plant your hands back down on the mat as we shift the weight of our body to the opposite side. Point your toes, and then try and see if you can open the back leg behind you as much as you can for standing splits. Once again, the crown of your head is reaching toward Mother Earth as you press your face towards your knee. Really pressing up a little bit higher. And go ahead and release it down. Open up your legs nice and wide as your mat for a yogic squat. So we're going to sink our hips toward our heels. We're going to press our elbows inside our knees, pressing your palms against one another into your heart center. Hi, Mommy. Do you want to go to your place? Please. Go to your place. And inhale as you lengthen through the torso. Tuck your chin slightly toward your chest to find a parallel chin to the earth. Reach through the crown of the head. Go ahead and release your hands down into the center. And then we're going to interlace our left arm in front of us and around that. Hi, Pepe. This one's a little bit more difficult. He doesn't know cues. If I say place, only when it's convenient. So we're going to place our arm in front of our knee, and we're going to extend it out to the side, and we're going to grab our opposite hand and place it on our opposite knee, and we're going to open up the knee right there as much as possible as we inhale and look up. And then go ahead and bring it back through center. We're going to switch the sides. So grab your right arm and then place it in front of your knee, and then extend it through the outside of your body, and then grab your opposite hand and open up the knee here. Remember to breathe here. And then inhale, bring it back through center. We're gonna go ahead and go to your place. We're gonna go ahead and bring our hands down to the mat right now. And we're going to see if we can draw the knees behind our armpits in that little like hole, or outside our thighs, whatever feels most comfortable. You can either lift your hips and then engage right here, and then you can come up to your tiptoes, draw the weight of your body forward, and release it down. Bless you, bless you. And you can hook it in and coming forward and down, and release it down. We're just getting a feel for what crow pose would be like. So you're gonna hook it in, and you're gonna come forward as you come onto your tiptoes and release it down. If this is available to you, you're more than welcome to take the pose. So you wanna find something ahead of you that's not moving. You're gonna engage. You're gonna lift and come off the ground. Maybe toes meet one another, lift a little bit higher, and release it down. Go ahead and come to a forward fold or Uttanasana. And just breathe here, relax the head, relax the arms. Maybe let it go with a sigh, as I just did. It feels good. And then go ahead and you're gonna sink your hips towards your heels one more time. And this time you're gonna come to your sit bones. I like doing boat pose. So you're gonna balance on your sacrum, and your sacrum is like the bottom of your spine meeting with your hips. So you're gonna pull yourself nice and tall. You can grab the backs of your thighs and then balance on your sacrum. If this is a lot for you and you're still at a very, very beginning stage, that's okay. You can place your hands by your sides here and then see if you can go one at a time. Maybe you can do both without support. And eventually, maybe you can lengthen out the legs. So take it one step at a time. We're gonna be right here for about 3 breaths. If it's available to you, open your arms by your sides. It's 1, 2, one more, 3. Beautiful. And then release it down. Go ahead and open up your legs into a butterfly pose. Grab your feet. I like to interlace my fingers and then wrap them from underneath the feet. And then I like to open up my legs, like flopping my knees like a butterfly. And then go ahead and release this just to like kind of bring you back in. And then we're gonna go ahead and interlace our left leg at the bottom. Bring that foot toward your opposite hip, and then your right foot will come over and across. The idea is that your knees would stack on top of each other. Not everyone's there. That's okay. And here we are, here we meet. I'm gonna grab my feet right where I am. I'm gonna lengthen my torso. Inhale through the crown of my head up toward the sky, hinging at my hips, coming forward and down. I'm going to lead with my heart. I'm going to keep my chin just slightly tucked, finding a long spine here. And then go ahead and very gently walk yourself up back to center. And we're gonna switch the sides. So we're gonna go ahead and unwind, and we're gonna interlace the right leg at the bottom toward our hip. Left leg comes across on top, And again, the idea is that you would be stacking your knees on top of each other. Not everyone's there. And I'm going to grab my feet and I'm going to lengthen through my torso, and I'm going to lead with my heart coming forward and down. It's always nice to gaze at something that's not moving, keeping your chin slightly tucked, to find a long neck, a long spine. When we gaze at something that's not moving, we remain focused versus wandering around. We remain more present in the practice of asana or poses. The yoga poses. Inhale as you come up, and unwind the legs, and then go ahead and just shake them out. Go ahead and find the full length of your legs out in your mat. So make sure that your heels are right at the corners of your mat, and then go ahead and begin to come back, lay down all the way on your mat. And I want you to bend at your knees. Hi, baby. Lay down. Bend at your knees and lift your hips like you would for bridge pose. Lay down. And then untuck the tail so that you have a long spine on the mat. And then go ahead and lift your right leg into your heart. Lengthen the opposite leg out and away from you. I have a lover girl who just can't get enough of me right now. Why are you obsessed with me? I just wanna know. I don't know that's lyrics, but hug it in toward your heart and then bring it across your body, allowing gravity to do the work here. Finding a twist and then opening up your opposite arm away from you into a T-pose. Can you go to your place and lay down? Ow, 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 ow. Oh my gosh. Monster. I know. On an inhale, you want to untwist and switch the legs. Lengthen out lengthen out the leg that was just bent, and then bring the opposite one in. Allow gravity to do the work as you twist your body over to the opposite way. Opening up your opposite arm into a T-pose, gazing over that shoulder. On an inhale, draw that knee back to your heart center. Bring both of your knees in. Give yourself a nice tuck hug. And then ever so gently release both of your legs to opposite corners of the mat. And then go ahead and open up your arms by your sides as you get ready for the most important pose, Shavasana, corpse pose, where you regather. Palms are facing the sky. You can stay where you are. You can slightly tuck your chin to find a long neck. Let go of the breath. Simply breathe and relax. As you scan the body, the ankles, the knees, and the thighs, the hips, relax. The rib cages, the shoulders and elbows with the wrists, relax. allowing your shoulders and the back of your head and ears to melt into Mother Earth as you relax. You can stay here for as long as you'd like, or you can bring breath back into your being. Taking a deep belly inhale, wiggling out your fingertips, wiggling out your toes. Maybe stretching your arms over above you like that morning sunrise. Bending at your knees and making sure you're coming onto the fetal pose before you get up. To either side, taking this time to thank yourself for showing up, giving your body the maintenance it requires of you. Using all of your strength, pressing yourself up, keeping your eyes closed as much as possible. Pressing yourself up to your most comfortable seated Sukhasana. Taking in how you're feeling. Maybe you have a long to-do list, and maybe you don't. But for whatever it is, maybe allowing yourself to move from one activity to the next with full presence. When you're doing the dishes, try to do the dishes. And when you're going on a jog, go for a jog. We become anxious when we think about all the things we need to do in the future. And we become depressed about all the things that we wish we would have done in the past. In order to remain present without stress, let us try to be here in the now. Floating your hands to your heart center, bowing your chin to your chest in gratitude. I want to thank you so much for letting me guide you through this practice of yoga. May your light go and shine onto others. Set a good intention and the rest will follow. Namaste. You may blink softly, open your eyes. Have a wonderful day, you guys. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much. I believe I am in a good shape to start teaching Tuesday lives again. I leave Wyoming next Monday or Tuesday. We shall see. And I can't wait to have you guys on. Send me requests also. I really love doing classes based on what people, my friends, my family, what y'all need as part of like your practice. Like I think that it makes a difference because that's like I'm especially targeting you. So send me your requests and hopefully we can catch you next Tuesday. Enjoy your day.